All-Star FM. Welcome back to Rugby AM, the last 10 minutes of the show. Been a great show tonight. Big shout to Jarrod Sammut inside. Right now, I'm going to do it a week in tweets. Are you ready? You ready, London, for the sound of the DJ tyre?
Eyes down, looking for the full house.
Hey!
Right, in week in tweets. First one is from @LeonPride6. Being an ex-Saint, I know I'm not supposed to support Wigan at any time, but today is an exception. Come on, Wigan, get the Aussie lot beat. Is it right for fans and players of Super League clubs to get behind the English club and put rivalries to one side for the World Club Challenge? Were you rooting for Wigan, Jonesy?
Do you know what? I didn't think I was going to do, but when they scored the first try, I was like probably jumping up and down. So I guess I was. I went. I reckon the last time I did that was 20 last time I did that was 20 years ago when they played Brisbane and smashed them. And they showed Terry O'Connor getting filled in by Tallis. It's a great game, that's some real legends, but I don't know, you've got to support. I just think we've had this conversation about how good Super League is. We want Super League to be best, don't we? So we've got to get the Super League teams doing a good job over there. So I had to back Wigan, sorry.
Rivalries aside, support your country.
Correct.
@SamTompkins1. Just got goosebumps watching that footage from last year's grand final. Very jealous of the boys tonight. #Wigan Warriors. Sam Tompkins.
Warriors.
Warriors. Oh, I forgot about that word again. So basically, as my opinion expressed in the League Weekly, is that the World Club Challenge should be held when the season ends, not 4 months.
Yeah, I agree with that, totally.
Different teams, really. You mentioned it earlier, then got Pat Richards, a kicker. Yeah. Sam Tompkins gone, Harrison Hanson's gone.
Would Wigan beat him at the end of the season?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying here. Just as somebody who's been very fortunate to have won a lot of grand finals, there's something about winning a grand final and that being the last game for the year, and you put your tools down and you go and enjoy the off season and Christmas. If it comes after the grand final becomes a semi-final, if that makes sense. Because then you've got to go play another game in a sort of Jamie Peacock mentioned it in commentary. It's a pyramid, isn't it? So to get to a World Cup Challenge, you've got to win a grand final, and that makes a grand final a semi then. So unfortunately, just because of that personal feeling, which is very selfish of me, I'd keep it as it is.
Fair enough. Next one from Brad Singleton. Well, Pie and Pete night got interesting at Ryan Bailey's testimonial do. Pig's brains taste worse than they sound. Now, Jonesy, what did you have a meeting down at Bailey's Pie and Pea night?
There's a young lass, young girl, she's about 6 years old, she's charity work for the Leeds Rugby Foundation, and she said that for Ryan Bailey's Pie and Pea night, she wanted us to do a bush trucker trial. And to be fair, I got all sorts from Malcolm and Michael's Butchers in Leeds. He's this top man. He got me, he got everything, mate, from bull's testicles to eyeballs to brains. Brad Singleton, mate, more brain than what he's got in his own head. That's probably why he's sending them sort of tweets. Really clever. Great time, like Bailey's testimony. We weren't sure last year whether we were going to have his Pie and Pea night at Edinley or Armley Prison where we were going, but just real good that we had it there. And, it's a great down to earth lads. Talk about winning them grand finals. I've won all 6 with him, so he's somebody that's going to be pretty in my memory for a long time. And we had a really good night. I think it went a bit too far. There was a kid who had to stick on floor and put a motorbike helmet on his head, and then we stuck 2 boxes of crickets in the helmet, stuck the visor down, and he just jumped up, thought he was going to run through a wall, started running over tables and that. To be fair to him, he did what he did, open visor, crickets all over Premier Street in Edinburgh, so they weren't best pleased the next day. But yeah, good night, and thanks to anybody who turned up and followed him.
Excellent stuff. The last one for tonight is from @Maso106, which is Keith Mason. He says, Cass Tigers to make top 8 and Darryl Clark to make England team, their best player by far. See if I'm right. What do you reckon so far then? Do you think Cass can make the playoffs?
Well, I think potentially, because I think Catalan will struggle this year. I think they're in that stage where they lost a couple of key men and some of the better players are aging. I think that they're not going to be the force they've been since. It's been going wrong since Trent Robinson left hand. You know, obviously he's a very hard man to replace, and I think the other guy probably just hasn't kind of got his own team in there yet. I think he's still got some of the older players like Bosker and Giroud are probably just not as good as they once were. And I think I don't think they're meant to play it this year. Catalan, maybe Cass, maybe OKR. But I think definitely one of them will get up there. What are you laughing at now?
It's you burping into Mike.
And what about Keith's tip on Darrell Clark to make the England team? Which players do you think may make the England team this year, or the squad? I know Ben Cockayne has been on Twitter bigging up Alex Walmsley.
2 games
definitely.
into the start of the season, we're going to pick an England team already.
He's got to be
There's
in
players
there.
that to look out for, the ones that wants to watch in 2014.
Alex Walmsley for me, definitely. He looks monster. Looks frightening. Yeah, great. Great input, lads. Cheers for coming.
I've not seen enough. I've not seen enough of the other teams, obviously, to to see what's actually going on that much. So it is a difficult question to go 2 games into the season and start looking at the bigger picture like that. Obviously, me and Jones have got the big affiliation with Leeds, and we can see the young kids coming through. It's good to see Stevie Ward get back out on the field, because he was one of the talents that was going to push to be an international, and let's hope he can push on for that this season and stay injury free.
Right, looking towards this week's fixtures, we're just going to run you down the games. Sky game on Thursday. What do you think of Thursday rugby, Keith? What's your thoughts on that?
It's interesting. It doesn't really make much difference to me now that I've retired, but I can imagine it being a bit of a weird situation to be in for for the players. So I think Jonesy can ask that.
Jazz,
better when he gets back.
You had a Thursday game last week. How does it feel to play on a Thursday?
I mean, I guess it's just another game, really, on another day. But it definitely makes an impact if you've played Sunday and you've got a really short turnaround to play again Thursday. You look at both Wakefield and Bradford. They both played Sunday, and then we met on Thursday night. Super short turnaround. Guys just only slowly getting back to their feet from the game on Sunday, and to play again. You look at a few players have got injured, like Lee Gaskell's out for 12 weeks. I think it's too short of a turnaround. But again, it's another day play rugby. It's something we get paid for, but I just think it's too short of a turnaround from Sunday to Thursday.
Let me ask you, Jonesy, being an older player, getting into your 30s now, what does it take out of your body playing in Super League game? How do you feel the next day? For a short turnaround at your age now, how do you feel?
Well, I did wonder how Jamie Peacock got on the train to London right after the Leeds-Warrington game. He made 61 tackles on Friday night, and then to get on the train that night, go down to London to be the host for the World Cup Challenge, and it must have needed a forklift truck to get him off the train and across to wherever studio needed to be at, because when you put in big stints like that,
He's a freak.
Yeah, I think I might have told you last week when we were them GPS units, and you get in between 9 and 13 Gs, 13 Gs being a 30-mile-an-hour car crash, so you're regularly getting whacked about like you've been in a smash. So it can only take its toll, and I suppose what position you play will have a bearing on how you feel the next day. But I haven't played for a few months now, obviously trying to get back from injury, but I can tell you now, the next morning there's no better feeling for me personally, knowing that you've been in an hard grind, an hard graft, that you've won the game, and you've taken a few carries, carted the old picking up, made some tackles. It's the best feeling in the world, and at the minute that's what I'm missing the most.
Churag, you want to add something to this conversation?
Yeah, I do. Obviously, I don't know whether we've mentioned, but between the lads we're in a prediction league, so every week I go through the prediction, the fixtures, and chase everybody for predictions. Now, I had a look through the entire year of fixtures. Have a guess how many games the Rhinos are going to play on Thursday night?
I reckon 6.
Jazz hit it right on the head.
0.
Absolutely none. There seems to be a certain amount of teams looking through the fixtures that are going to have absolutely no trouble turning it round. Because I think Leeds, off the top of my head, play 16 fixtures consecutively every Friday night. I think they play Saturday twice during the year, once on a Sunday, the rest are all Friday. So I think the whole Thursday fixtures, if it's going to be that way, and it's going to be Monday night, Thursday night, it's got to be a fair crack of the whip.
What's the disadvantage?
Stated a bit of bias.
I don't mind. If it's an 8 o'clock kick-off, it makes the difference to a rugby player. Your life cycle is based around the game, so all they do anyway is just that week. So that Thursday becomes a Friday, Friday becomes a Saturday, and so on. So, I mean, for me personally, I couldn't care less. I prefer to play Thursday than a Sunday afternoon, because, as I said, Keith can go to church on a Sunday then. But I don't know, Jarrod, do you find it any more harder? Apart from the turnaround, obviously, short turnaround, that's right there. I think lads who've played Sunday shouldn't have to play Thursday. It should be like a Friday to a Thursday. But other than that, does it make any difference to you?
No, I agree, obviously. Everybody's got their game day prep and the day before, their preparation lead up to the game. Makes no difference, other than just that super short turnaround. You still go through your paces, turn up the train and do what needs to be done in order to prepare for that game. And then come game time, when the whistle blows, that's it. Your mind's strictly on playing the game and throwing everything you've got at it.
Absolutely.
Right, we're going to quickly go through the games. This week, catch Sky game, Catalan versus Leeds, the away trip. You may or may not be on it.
Yeah, I'm just going to have a look. Word with Thursday. I'm nearly there, mate. I'm nearly there.
OKR versus Cass, and another Friday game, Widnes versus Huddersfield. That'll be interesting. Widnes had a big win first game. They had a week off, so we're supposed to play Wigan. Could be a tough game going to the high pitch. Bradford Bulls, London Broncos, Warrington Wolves, Hull FC, Wigan Wakefield. Jazz, how do you feel about that?
No, I'm confident.
Trip to the wounded animal.
I'm confident, mate. This week, obviously, me and Peter will have a full week's training under our belts. So we'll be able to...
What's it like? Peter got in there. What's his favourite kind of bread?
Mate, to be honest, I don't know.
Peter.
Right.
But is he a good bloke?
No, he sounds like, I mean, all the lads there at Wakey are pretty spot on.
You've got a fellow churchgoer as well, Ali Lawatiti. Big man of God in him. One of your brothers, Jonesy.
Was Ali who took me to church, a bit like Jason Robinson and Viagra Twiggerwala, was it?
Yes.
That's right, yeah, took him to church, didn't he? Bad half-caste lad from South Leeds. Ali did the not so bad half-caste lad from West Leeds.
Ah, yeah, good lad.
Link.
Looking to the championship this week, very big week in championship. Who was the first team to hit 100 points this year? Lee Centurions, first team. 2 big 50+ wins for them. They look like they're going to be a real force this season. We lost away at Fev, 28-20. In control, Halifax that is, in control of the game, and it slipped away in the last 14 minutes. Very disappointing. And yeah, cheers for that, just throw me off. This week, where are you playing, Keith? Big Sheffield. Barrow Raiders at home.
Yeah, the first home game of the season for Sheffield. So last week it was called off for a waterlogged pitch. So it'll be interesting. Facilities are not so great because they're used to the big wide field at the Don Valley Stadium, which has been knocked down. So it'll be a bit of a dogfight.
Big game at week for me. I think the best game to watch up this week, if you're going to go out and watch a game, is definitely Halifax versus Batley.
I disagree. I think the place to be this weekend is Bradford and London.
See if the fans give you any more crap. Yeah,
Well,
that's a grief.
It's all fun banter.
It's all fun back
Were you the MC first round?
Yeah. Wow.
Tell us about it, Joss.
Is that why you left? Because you heard I were coming?
Definitely.
What happened?
I wasn't at the game, so I don't know exactly what went on, but
Something was
apparently there were a new MC from Rugby AM.
Yeah.
Didn't know players' names. weren't in sync with the game. Was off on his own, really.
Wait till Simo gets there.
Yeah, I'm going to say, it's all going to go wrong when I get there. Talking about bad, I'm on my own tip. I said that though, I did give the old Halifax fans, come on, make some noise. And I went, that's rubbish, make some noise, louder, come on. And they all went, yeah. Got all fired up. So we'll be singing Bull songs by the end of the season. Can't wait for the play Leeds. I'm going to give Jonesy so much grief. Big
Might have to
time.
come to that game.
Yeah, come down. That's Good Friday as well, so I've got a few singers and stuff going down, a bit of on-pitch entertainment, a few glamours. Can't wait. Saying. Right, we're going to finish the show today in Rev Run style. I want an ending prayer. Every week, Jones, I want an ending prayer from Brother Jones going out to all our listeners. So thank you for listening to Rugby AM. Right now, to finish the show, Brother Jones.
And it feels like, and if you ever look, games guru, type games guru into Google, start dressing like the games guru, just for this little bit. Anyway, ready? Anybody ready?
Random.
Lord, thank you for this time together tonight, for sport, particularly rugby league, the fellowship it brings, the joy, the testing, the opportunity to meet new people like Jarrod Sammut, but most of all as a vehicle to hear your good name. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen.
Amen.